Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shilpi Khandelwal, Professor Jagannath University, Jaipur. Today session is all about one important concept of economics, that is utility. So during this session, we would like to cover the topics like introduction to the concept of utility, types of utility, characteristics of utility and kinds of utility. So we will take all these topics one by one. So first we will try to understand what is utility. Utility means want satisfying power of a commodity or a product or a service, or we can say the capability of a product to satisfy a consumer need. That is basically its utility. So basically this concept of utility has been introduced by a British economist Jeremy Bentham, and he said that the utility can be measured in terms of utils and it is a subjective entity. Subjective entity means you can't measure utility in numerical terms. It can only be quantified up to a certain extent, but not exactly. Types of utility. So types of economic utility, one is form utility, means the utility of a product or services which is created due to the change in its form, in its design or in its composition. That's why it is the utility has been created. Mostly this utility has been created by the manufacturing organizations. So basically this is form utility, and I would like to give one example. Like the form utility is created by all the wheat flour making companies who convert the wheat to wheat flour and packaged it in a manner which is convenient for the consumer to purchase and use. So that is called as form utility. Now second is the place utility. Place utility means the utility which has been created due to its availability and due to its convenient for the consumers to access to that product and consume it. So basically that is called as place utility. For example, when you are traveling on a highway, whatever the hotels and motels you observed at the road of the highway, they are actually creating place utility, because at that time when you are traveling, so whenever you require rest or whenever you require something to eat, you can easily access them and have your meal or stay at their hotels for that rest. Then third is the time utility. Time utility means the utility which has been created due to its availability at the time when the consumer requires it. So you must have heard about the 24/7 concept right now these days in the banking sector or in the e-commerce sector. They are actually creating time utility for the people. They can access to these products and services at any time of the day, and they can purchase, they can sell, or they can use the services offered by those products and services. So basically this is time utility. Then fourth is the possession utility. Possession utility means the utility which has been created out of its ownership. If, for example, if you purchase a home, then in that case you are creating an ownership utility of that home, and now you can modify all the things in that home as per your convenience, as per your needs. So the utility which has been created due to its ownership is possession utility. Then last is service utility. Service utilities which has been created by the people who are basically the service provider, like the advocates who give you the service utility to provide you the legal services and legal aid, doctors who gives you the medical services, or the CA, the chartered accountant, who gives you the accounting services. So basically they have created an utility for you by providing their services. So these are the types of economic utilities. Characteristics of utility. Now how utility has been observed by different economists. So we can say these are the characteristics of the utility. One is there is no ethical or moral significance of utility. See, you can't associate utility with the ethics. Okay? Some people may not be ethical or socially acceptable for the society or the people living in the society, but for some people it has some utility. Like for example, a knife, है ना? तो a knife has an utility for a house, what we can say कि housewife to cut vegetables, but the other person who is an contract killer or who is a murderer, he has the other utility of that knife. So basically there is no ethical or moral significance associated with that particular product or service. So utility means what need that product or service is satisfying your a customer. So basically there is no ethical or moral significance of utility. Second, it is a psychological concept. It exists in your mind that something is of value to you may not be value to other people. So basically it exists, the total concept of the utility exists in mind. For example, if you go for purchasing something with your friend or with your relative, so maybe something you may find, you may like, and it has some value for you, but the other person who is not liking it, it has no value for her. Okay? Third is individual or relative utility. Relativity varies from people to people and it is a relative concept. Sometimes you have a utility for that particular product or service at a particular point of time, and other times it may not have any utility. For example, umbrella, right? So umbrella is having utility during the rainy seasons, but in the winter seasons you may not having the utility of that umbrella so much. So basically what happens, it is relative. It depends from time, situation or person to person. Third, next is not equated with usefulness. See, overall we can say that utility is usefulness, but if we compare utility and usefulness, it may not be necessary that something which is very useful may be of utility to a person. So utility can't be equated with usefulness perfectly. There is a gap between usefulness and utility. For example, a cigarette is having an utility for a person who is a smoker, but it may not be useful for the society, it may not be useful for her health or his health to consume that cigarette. So basically utility and usefulness are two different concepts. Third, next is not objective. Utility is a subjective concept. It exists in your mind and only to an extent you can quantify it. Otherwise, to quantify it exactly, it is not possible. It is an objective concept. It is a subjective concept, sorry. Depends on the intensity of want. See, utility means the value of that product and service in your mind. So it depends how much you need that product or service at that particular point of time, at that particular situation, how much you need. So on the basis of that, the utility will be decided. For example, for a hungry person, the utility of food is very higher, but for a person who is having his stomach full, may not be having that much of utility of that food. So basically it depends on the intensity of the want, the situation and the time. It is different from pleasure. Now pleasure is something that you consume something or you purchase something for a product or service for basically your leisure, for your enjoyment. So basically what happens, like I will give you one example, like medicines. So medicine is having an utility for a person who is having some kind of ailment or some kind of disease, but it is not pleasure to consume that medicine, right? So there are two different things. One is utility and one is pleasure. You may not be arriving at pleasure all the times from the consumption of the product or services. So utility may be there, but pleasure may be there or may not be there. Then distinct from satisfaction. Some people say that utility is the satisfaction derived from the consumption of a product or service, but they are interrelated, but they are not comparable. Again, the same thing, usefulness, satisfaction, they are related to utility, because something which is very useful, then only you have that value perception in your mind of that product or service, then only you will consume that product or service. But at all times, the usefulness and utility may not coincide. Similar is the satisfaction. They are related concept, but we can't equate these two concepts together. So these are the basic characteristics of utility. Now the kinds of utility, when we are talking about utility, so we say three main words or three main things in our mind. One is total utility, second is marginal utility, and third is average utility. So whenever we understand the concept or we trying to understand the concept of the utility, we actually come across these three words: total utility, marginal utility, and average utility. So total utility means the sum total of all the utilities derived from the consumption of a particular service. For example, if you are consuming 4 glasses of water one by one, then in that case all the utility derived from the consumption of all the 4 glasses of water is the total utility of the all 4 glasses of water. So basically total utility means the individual utility derived from the consumption of a unit, and then sum it up all the units, and that comes total utility. For example, here we say if you are consuming a cookie, so from the first unit you derived 25 utility from that consumption of the first unit. From the second unit, so from second unit it is 25 plus the consumption from second unit, the total utility becomes 45. All the 3 units 58, all the 4 units 63, all the 5 units 63, all the 6 units 59. So in this way the total utility means the total utility derived from the consumption of the particular product or service one by one, and we total add it up. For example, if you see this formula, total utility is equals to U1 plus U2 plus dash dash UN. That means utility derived from the first unit, utility derived from the second unit, plus the utility derived from the nth unit. To what extent you have consumed, total sum of all those utilities will become total utility. Then second is marginal utility. Marginal utility means the utility derived from the consumption of one additional unit or one extra unit of that particular product or service. For example, you are consuming 4 glasses of water, and after that when you consume 5th glass of water, so the utility derived from that 5th glass of water is the marginal utility of that glass of water. So this is what is called as the concept of marginal utility. So it means the change in total utility upon the change in total quantity. So basically the formula is change in total utility upon change in quantity. Total utility change means if you have consumed total n units, that is the utility of n units, and you subtract the utility of n minus 1 units, so whatever you have is the marginal utility of that particular product. So marginal utility means the consumption of one extra unit or consumption of one additional unit, whatever the utility you are deriving from that particular product or service is the marginal utility. Then average utility. Average utility means the utility derived from the consumption of all the units divided by the number of units. So basically as we go on taking average in mathematics, average means sum total divided by number. So here also the sum total, yani total utility derived from consumption of all the units divided by the number of units. So this is TU divided by N, that is the total utility from all the units divided by the number of units. So this is average utility. Okay, so now this is the concept of analysis. So utility analysis can be categorized into 2 sections. One is the cardinal utility analysis and another is ordinal utility analysis. See, at different point of times economics as a subject has evolved, and different economists has given their theories in different areas of the economics like demand, supply, utility, production, different areas they have given theories. So some economists have believed that utility is a measurable concept. You can measure the utility in particular unit. So they are basically propagating the approach which is called as cardinal utility analysis, and the main economist or the economist which actually has propounded or which actually has carry that concept forward, that utility can be measured, is Alfred Marshall. So that is called as Marshallian and utility analysis. So cardinal approach to utility means the approach which says that utility can be measured in a unit, or which can be the utils, or which can be equivalent to money also, right? So utility can be measured in a particular unit. Means Alfred Marshall has said that utility can be measurable. The other side of economists who actually sees the utility in a different light, they said that utility can't be measurable. It is a totally subjective concept. It exists in your mind and you can't measure utility. You can only set the preference order. Preference order means you can only say that this product is of more value to me than this product. But you can't say that this product is having 10 utility, this product is having 5 utility. It is a subjective concept and you can't quantify it. So these economists actually have propounded ordinal utility analysis, and the major people who have worked on this ordinal utility analysis are Allen and Hicks. They have actually said that utility, you can't measure utility, you can only set the preference order of different products and different utilities. So basically they have propounded indifference curve analysis to support their theory or to support their idea of utility. Whereas the Marshall has given to support the Marshall, there are two laws, that is law of diminishing marginal utility and law of equimarginal utility in the cardinal utility analysis, which says that utility can be measured. So basically this is basic framework of utility analysis which we will be covering in the next session. So this is all for today's session. Thank you, and hope you have enjoyed and you have gained a lot from this session. We will see you again in the next lecture. Thank you.